Hello and welcome to the next video. Your coworker, Mr. Cosgrove, noticed that the server used by your creative team is using an unusually high amount of memory. He suspects that a recently fired employee is trying to sabotage the server. You've been brought on to figure out what's going on. The first thing we need to do is to connect to the server just like we did last time. We can copy the IP address, and then connect to our connection pack, which is again likely in your downloads folder. And now we can SSH into the machine using the same password. Okay, now that we're inside, let's see what's going on. First, we can run the free command. We can see that something is going on. 341 megabytes of memory is being currently used. And when we check again, we can see it's going up. Something is hogging memory. Let's investigate what's going on. First, we can try to spot the top memory consumer. We can use PS-aux, and we can sort by how much memory is being used. We see that root is running a program called logindexer.py, and we can see it's taking 11% of the available memory. If we run it again, we can see that now it's taking 31% of the available memory. Something's going on. Let's take a look at the actual file that's being ran. We can see a script here, and it looks like it's purposefully allocating memory. Maybe a disgruntled employee placed this file on here. Let's try to stop the service. We can see that it's running with a process ID of 897. Let's kill the process. Okay, we've killed the process. Now we can check free again. It seems like a lot of memory is still being used. Let's take a look again at the processes using a lot of memory. Look at that. The process has a new PID, and it's still running. That means that something probably brought it back to life. Usually, that's going to be a supervisor like systemd. Let's do a check to see if systemd is managing this process. If we see PPID is 1, that's a clue that this process is being managed by the server, also known as being managed by systemd. We can also just ask systemd who owns this PID. The process must have restarted earlier when we asked systemd who owned the PID. Let's see if we can get lucky this time. We see it's active and we see it's running. We see that there's a service called log-indexer.service. Let's try to learn more about this service. We can see here that the script is set to restart after it's killed. This is definitely a malicious script that somebody placed here. Let's try to fully kill the service. First, we can stop it. And then, after it's stopped, we can disable it. Now we can verify that it's dead. We can see it's dead. We can see our memory is back to a regular level of 200 megabytes being used. Great. If we run ps-aux one more time, we can see that the process is truly gone now, and the server is back to life. It's up to forensics to see who placed that file there. Now that the system has free memory, our company's website should be loading smoothly. We can take the IP address associated with the server found right here, and we can visit it in our browser. Great, we can see the company website is loading fast. I hope you enjoyed this lab, and we can see the flag right here. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.